KSP Lieutenant Jeremy Mabe sees a bike going 55 in a 35. He turns his lights and sirens on. The bike was being driven by Ryan Quinn, who turns off the highway onto a gravel road and into a gas station. That's where the video picks up. Quinn crashes out. He gets back up. Mabe cuts him off with his cruiser. Now watch. The cruiser is stopped, and Mabe hits the gas.
So a few days ago, we covered a sergeant who's now a detective from the Perth Amboy, New Jersey Police Department. And he was out teaching younger officers to do this.
The way these things work is, if he doesn't open the window and he's under arrest, you just smash the window. You know how you don't get tired when you fight someone? Crack him in the face a bunch of times. All right? That's how you stop that problem.
And today, we're covering a Kentucky State Patrol officer who was a lieutenant who believed, yeah, you should run people over if they run from you. Just shows the culture inside of police departments. The goal is to harm the citizens.
Continuing to hold those who uphold the law accountable through our hit investigative series, The Gray Gods. We thank you for joining us for Wave News at 6. I'm Jose Sosaya.
And I'm Myra Ansari. If you watched our series, you may remember Jeremy Mabe, the Kentucky State Police supervisor responsible for reviewing several controversial cases.
Those all contain uses of force that other troopers did. An investigation exposed interviews Mabe conducted that lasted only minutes before finding the troopers' actions were reasonable. Actually, Wave News troubleshooter Natalia Martinez has new video adding to this concern, especially over his particular leadership. Right, Natalia?
Now, if any one of you guys are asking yourself, did they say the Gray Gods? Yes. The Kentucky State Troopers are referred to as Gray Gods on a show that they have. So for all of you guys who said that these guys think they're gods, well, here's the fact. It's proven. They call themselves the Gray Gods.
This time, it's about Mabe himself. Just 10 days after the incident, you're about to see Mabe retired. August 20th, 2025, Morgantown Road in Bowling Green. According to the citation, KSP Lieutenant Jeremy Mabe sees a bike going 55 in a 35. He turns his lights and sirens on. The bike was being driven by Ryan Quinn, who turns off the highway onto a gravel road and into a gas station. That's where the video picks up. Quinn crashes out. He gets back up. Mabe cuts him off with his cruiser. Now watch. The cruiser is stopped, and Mabe hits the gas. We'll play it again. This woman watches with her arms up. Quinn is now on the ground with an injured leg and foot. Mabe backs up and walks over to him.
This is one of those cool cowboy walkovers where you see in movies when a cop, does something, blows something up, then they get out the car really smooth and they walk over to the suspect and then lock him up. Only problem is this isn't a movie. He really ran the guy over and he's not showing any signs of urgent care that he needs to get, someone out there. He doesn't really care. He runs him over and then he's going to, well, you'll see it here in a second.
An ambulance is called and Quinn gets 10 charges, including resisting arrest. Mabe was a lieutenant at this time. He'd been the longtime sergeant at KSP's Post 4 in Hardin County. That's where he investigated several use of force incidents featured in the series The Gray Gods. Mabe would write recommendations to Internal Affairs, often deeming the use of force in incidents like this as reasonable.
You don't say. So we have a sergeant, or actually a lieutenant, who watches videos of other police officers beating the crap out of citizens, and then he justifies it in his report as reasonable, and all of a sudden everyone's in complete shock that the guy ran, the lieutenant ran the guy over on his motorcycle. Okay, yeah, so the guy ran from you. Okay, so he may have been guilty of something. You catch him and then he goes to jail. Not you catch him, then you run him over and then maybe justify it later.
We played Mabe's questioning of the accused troopers, recordings that lasted roughly 2 minutes.
You use some soft, empty hand techniques to gain his compliance to getting him the handcuffs. Is that pretty much all? Did I leave anything out?
No, like I said, it was pretty much from putting my hands on him 30 seconds.
So this is something else that police officers, departments have created. It's a way of speaking, articulating yourself to make your violent acts sound less violent. Soft hands, techniques, or we assisted him to the ground. No, in reality, it was a hard punch. It was not a technique, it was an attack. And you did not assist anyone to the ground, you body slammed him. But those are things that are stated and written in reports to make officers seem less violent, less angry, less in attack mode. And they do this for, court situations. So when this report is being read in front of the courtroom, it doesn't sound as bad because the people in the courtroom have to visualize this if they're not actually watching the video at that time, and just pray that they have the video to watch, because if there's no video of anything, these are the words that they're hearing: soft hands, techniques, assisted to the ground, and that can sway a jury.
Well, I can't think of anything more to ask you, but if something comes up, I'll get back with you. So we'll go ahead and end the interview.
In this incident, KSP told us they could not locate any internal investigations involving Mabe. We can't tell you if this incident had any influence over Mabe's retirement. We can tell you it was submitted 5 days after he struck Quinn. In his retirement letter, Mabe kept it short, writing, "It has been an honor to serve." After more than 20 years with KSP, Mabe announced his last day would be in less than a week.
So Natalia, obviously we're processing what the video showed us in those moments. What other follow-up work have you been able to do or reach out on since getting the new video clip?
So I did reach out to KSP and Jeremy Mabe, no response. I've submitted new open records requests since the criminal case is now closed, so I hope that we'll get those soon.
So what happened to the man on the bike? His name was Ryan Quinn.
So Mr. Quinn, he did plead guilty to fleeing and also to a drug charge, and all the other charges, including resisting arrest, were dropped.
All right, thank you so much, Natalia. And if you haven't seen our Grey God series, Look into Use of Force in Kentucky State Police, it's streaming for free on Wave now. The app is available for Roku, Fire TV, or Apple TV. We'll also be showing a condensed version on TV September 3rd and 4th at 7 p.m.
So the Grey Gods will be on TV September 3rd and 4th if you guys want to watch the Grey Gods. I don't want to watch it, but what I find, well, it's not anything out of the norm. We see it all the time. Instead of being charged, they get a retirement. So we see this lieutenant for this department run a guy over because the guy ran from him, and now he's about to be paid forever by taxpayers. This can only happen in America. I just don't foresee this happening anywhere else. I'm pretty sure it's probably crazy in other countries as well, but I'm familiar with this one. And this is policing in America. And this is why you have to be careful in America. This is why you have to protect yourself in America and know your rights. And we see this on an everyday basis. It's one of the most ridiculous things we can ever see or witness. But this is policing in America. Like I just said, know your rights, protect yourself. That being said, we the people, you, signing off.